Obviously, a very difficult ending to a good football game. Thought our guys from last Saturday to where we were, we knew we were having a short work week. We came in on Sunday and said, hey, we only got 6 days to get ourselves in a position. Let's make sure we're moving forward. We didn't want to spend any time pouting or worrying about negatives. We jumped into our preparation. I thought they locked in extremely well. Played a good football team today, but again, something raises up at the end that causes us ultimately to lose the game. But a lot of positives, a lot of good playing, a lot of good competing. Enough positives that I'd be very, very shocked if the story of the 2014 season isn't anything but a positive. We will put together a good recruiting class. We'll develop the group that's coming back. Our seniors love them to death. They've been through a lot. Would have loved to have given them the golden boot today, but for whatever life's reasons, it didn't want to happen. Wish those guys nothing but the best of luck. I think injury-wise, nothing really significant. Some guys got banged up a little bit, but everybody should be back to healthy.
That last play, did that kind of sum up the season, their score?
Their score? Not the last play, but
their score, yeah.
Their score, their touchdown.
Their
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you got them in a two-play down. We knew that 3rd and long, and we knew that we had to keep that quarterback. He's a good athlete. Wanted to keep him bottled in there. Basically played to that side. We were in a deep half coverage, and the deep half player obviously wasn't there. And it's a small play in the grand scheme of an entire season, but I told our group what we're going to do over the next 9 months, from teaching football IQ to player discipline to team discipline to all the little things that we're going to get so much better on in a short amount of time. The only thing I asked them to do is take what you learned today here and take it home with you. Don't leave it here. If we leave it here in Baton Rouge, we'll never overcome where we're at right now, and I think our guys will.
What happened on that play exactly? He was just wide open.
Again, it's a difficult play. There's supposed to be a top half player there, and obviously he wasn't there. So the corner's expecting help over the top, and that wasn't there.
What do you think it says about your team, being 25, whatever, point underdog, and to play like they did today?
Well, I think our guys expected to win. We didn't try to stay close. I think they prepared from last Sunday to today to expected to win. May have shocked everybody else, but our guys, the reason they're gutted right now was obviously the play hurt, but they fully expected to win the game as well as I did, and that's the way we'll train our mentality every day moving forward.
Did you think about going for it on 4th and 1 there?
I did for a split second. I was going to put us in our 8 lineman look, and I was going to try to get a push, but opted to run the punt.
Does a loss like this hurt more than some of the others this year?
They all hurt. You know what? I think the part that is the most disappointing is to know that you put yourself in a position to win the game and you didn't do it. You didn't close it out. But the dynamics of why, for instance, Bob just asked. I mean, the dynamics of why we lost the game are so easily fixed. And there's just, it's inexcusable. I mean, we can't allow that to happen and expect to have any type of success.
Can you speak to the offensive game plan you had today? Because it looked like good play action. I mean, kind of had them on their heels a little bit.
Yeah, I really. I got a good group of coaches. I'm excited with them. I think defensively we got to grow in certain areas of what we can and cannot do and putting ourselves in position. But offensively, they've gotten better every week. I thought the running game was there. I thought the blocking has gotten better every week. We got those young kids inside. It's going to be a tremendous loss to lose David Hurd and Travis Swanson, but I think a year of development. We got a number of guys in our program and in recruiting-wise that'll help us get to where we need to be.
The defense have played so well after LSU scored those early touchdowns, and then you got them back at the 1-yard line with the freshman, and were you thinking you got them?
I did. I mean, obviously the boot action hurt. They got it off the goal line there with that, and then it didn't seem like we could catch a break. That play that DJ Dean had his hands on the ball for a minute. You'd think would come up in our hands, but obviously a true freshman there that's learning a lot going through it. But again, it doesn't matter how many. If you let your guard down for one play, we saw the results and we know what happened.
Before the half, not being able to punch it in, what led to that?
Yeah, I think obviously we got down there and we wanted to come away with points. I mean, that was for sure. I think we want to maybe stay in the ground game. I think we would do a good job of running the football. We get down there and just another way for us to grow, figure out what our strengths are. you know, I definitely would have loved the touchdown, but I was definitely taking the points.
Brett, how would you sum up the difference between getting wins in some of these 10-point games or games like today? What's been the difference all season?
It's the details. I mean, it's the detailed play individually that affects collectively the group. I mean, I think we have to make a great analysis as coaches about what we're asking them to do to make sure that we're not executing a call that they can't handle or something along that lines. But you know, our defense rose up down there and held them to the field goal. Obviously, we'd love to have got a couple more first downs, but we punted the balls cleanly and executed that part of the game as well as possible. And then we get ourselves into a 3rd and long, and we let a ball get behind. You cannot win football games if they're throwing the ball over your head. I know that in junior high football that is very evident. So I mean, it's just disappointing.
You talk about the play of Brandon today.
Brandon Allen. You know, BA is a gutsy player. You know, he's going to learn so much so just even on that last drive right there. You know, you can't take a sack in 2 minutes. Just get rid of the ball. Got to get it out. You know, there's a lot of young players out there. Somebody told me right before I came in, we played 14 freshmen that were out there making plays, and those guys are going to grow a heck of a lot here in the next 6 months of conditioning and then 9 months before next year. So I'm excited about it. We will have competition, though. I think competition brings the best out of people, and it'll make BA keep moving forward, as well as the quarterbacks that are in our system, as well as quarterbacks that will sign.
When you look at these last 2 games, even going back to Rutgers, you had a lead in the 4th quarter in all 3 of those losses. Is it just a matter of these guys just don't quite know how to finish yet?
I think a little bit of that, but also we got to, as coaches, help them. We definitely can't. You know, if we have to protect ourselves in a man, you know, scheme defensively, so we got somebody running with everybody, protect them over the top. It's just easy to say the players don't understand how to win. As coaches, we got to understand how to win. We got to put the game away by what we teach them, how we coach them, how we call the plays at the end, and that's 100% on me.
The hard counts seem to be working. You talk about the 4th and 4. I think you got to jump on a punt.
Yeah.
Hocker.
Well, let's not call it a fake punt. I know you guys never test. Just a play that it's a play that is designed obviously to make them jump. And unfortunately, we did that. It was the last thing I told them. It was kind of funny for the kids because as coaches, you can lay it out, but until they see it and witness it, I made 3 announcements at halftime, and that was my first one. We were going to call that play if we got near midfield, if it was 4th and 5 or less, and I went over it, reviewed it, and they executed it cleanly. That's what I get about loving and working with these kids is they're so coachable if you give them the right formula, you know, and we're going to get there. I mean, I feel terrible for Razorback fans that bleed as much as our players and coaches and everybody, but it's going to make the victories in the future that much sweeter.
Time for a few more. How did you feel after year 1?
How do I feel? I'm numb, frustrated. Want to give some good feeling going in the off season, but you know, I think our coaches, our players, people gave up a lot. Gave up a lot to come here, and I know where we're going to go. It's just I want to give these seniors that golden boot. I want to see them run across the field. I want to see them celebrate. I want our guys to feel until you taste it. You know, it's like I grew up on a farm, you know, and you didn't want certain animals to taste blood because once they taste blood, you gotta kill them because they'll keep coming back for it. And I think our players will do the same once they grasp it and truly get the feeling of what beating somebody's will out of them can do to a person, and it'll come. Unfortunately, it can't come now until next year.
How much does that take? Just time to have that come and have that feeling come. You just need time.
It's nothing but time. You know, I tell our players all the time. You know, when we'll be in a team meeting room, I'll say the one element that we all share in this room is time. I might be the guy with the most amount of money in that room, but my time is the same as your time. You know, my workout, a 2-hour Tuesday workout practice is the same as your time. You can't buy time. You can't create time. You can't borrow time. And until our kids respect the preparation fully, we're never going to get as fast as we can, but get there as fast as we can. But I think it's coming. If I didn't know it wasn't coming, if we got out there today and laid an egg, then I'd be crushed. I'd be devastated. But I can just see so much improvement out of our young guys. I think recruiting's going extremely well. the Razorback fans want to help us now, be as lively and creative as you could ever be in the Twitter world and support us, and it'll go a long, long ways. Because we put another recruiting class together like we did in this one, it's going to be awesome.
What did you tell them in the locker room after the game?
You know, I thanked our seniors, said that, you know, I was their coach this year, but I'll be a coach with them forever. I'll be there no matter what. Some of those guys have got an unbelievable NFL career in front of them, I think. Felt bad that they had to go through it. Told the guys coming back, like I said earlier, to make sure you take these things with them. Don't leave it here. It's easy to be upset and, you know, I can't believe we lost that game. The elements of why we lost that game have to come home with us. We have to sit down and analyze it as coaches and players, and when we're in that situation again, you know how to rise up.
How much did you learn this season? You know, I know it's fresh then, but
Yeah.
really the learning experience.
Well, I think a couple great things. You know, this conference is everything that I thought it was. You know, times 1,000. It's great competition. Coach Miles is very complimentary and obviously respect his team and what he's been able to do. I think the fact that this is a team that's gotten better every week in spite of everything that's going on truly gives an indication of where they can be. I mean, it would have been easy for everybody to just come bitches and moaners and gripers and not move forward, you know, and to hold it together, to not have one senior fly off the handle and, you know, quit or you know, cause a scene. Or these kids truly believe. I know there's a lot of seniors in that locker room that are very upset, but they also know that what's coming here is going to be something special, and when we get there together, it'll be awesome.
No one had really gotten to Murder. I think y'all had several sacks today. What did y'all see, or what did you do?
Clay, I think the two things, it says a lot about our guys up front. I think the strength of our team has always been our D-line. I thought Chris and Trey and some of those guys were playing like man-possessed. But I think we did some nice job of, you know, 80 and 3 are their good players. You know, I think we try to take the plays out of their hands, make them play a little left-handed, and then just execute it up front. We wore it down. I told those guys at halftime, man, they had a lot of guys with hands on their hips and bent over and wearing down. We're going into a heavyweight title here the second half. No one in our locker room was shocked at the halftime, I'll tell you that. And I think that gives a true taste of what this group can be moving forward.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Guys, we'll have a
Thank you for everything this year.